Hi, welcome to the 32nd episode of the New England Gal Knits podcast. I am Janet, and you can find me on Ravelry and Instagram at the New England Gal. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back, and if you're a new viewer, welcome to the podcast. I hope you enjoy it. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who has liked and subscribed and commented on my videos, and I just want to apologize because I have not had a chance to respond to the comments from 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks. Unfortunately, we have had a stomach virus go around the house multiple times, and I am exhausted, hence why there's a t-shirt and my hair's up in a ponytail. And if you can see the bags under my eyes, I obviously didn't put enough concealer on. But it's been a very long 2 weeks, and I've been on Instagram liking things, but I haven't been on Ravelry or commented, responding to any of the comments on YouTube. It's just been a rough 2 weeks, and I swear there's nothing worse than the stomach bug, and it takes everything out of you. Anyways, that's enough of my complaining. I thought I'd be so organized. I got up this morning, I was feeling a little more peppy, and I'm like, I am going to take my notebook to work. I am going to write out all of my show notes ahead of time. Maybe if I had time during my lunch that I'd go ahead and type them up and email them for myself so I could just copy and paste them. Well, I did. I wrote out all of my show notes in my notebook. I felt great ahead of the game. Yeah, my notebook's on my desk at work. So this is kind of what I'm going off of. I wrote down what number episode it was, and then I guess I'll kind of jump right into the January winner of the Finish That Stuff Cal. So those of you who do not know, I am running a year-long knit-along called the Finish That Stuff Cal, and it is basically just finishing all your works in progress. I did get a couple done this month, and then I went and I think with being sick I decided I wanted to just cast everything on while I was sick. So, and then I didn't get a chance to really work on it because, to be honest with you, I was so miserable that I didn't want to even knit. So you know you're really sick and you're feeling miserable when you don't knit. So anyways, let me just get into January's winner. So there were 2 finished objects in the thread. So I did use random number generator, even though I was very tempted to use Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo. However, I did use random number generator, and I took a picture of it in case anyone had any issues, but post number 1 was the winner, and that was a V Shaw 7. So Vicky, congratulations. So if you could just send me a message on a Ravelry and letting me know what pattern you want, $7 or less, and I'll go ahead and get that right out to you. And if I don't hear from you in a few days, I'll go ahead and reach out to you, because if you're anything like me, I'm still trying to catch up on all the podcasts. So anyways, congratulations again. So I have opened up a new chatter thread for February, and I need to get the finished objects thread going, but I wanted to share with you real quickly what the prize is for February. So for February, it is this mica bag. I'm not 100% sure, but it is, and it's not even a bag, it's a large bucket. So this will be February's prize. So I will go ahead, I'll get the finished objects thread hopefully opened up this weekend, but the chatter thread is there, so hop on over. And then if you want to share and what you're working on Instagram, if you could just use hashtag FTSCal. My brain's not working properly. I did say that right. Anyways, I'll put it in here just in case I messed up on the letters, in the order of the letters. So I have no finished objects to share. I am so close to the pair of socks that I had started last August. I am on the ribbing, but you guys have seen that enough, so I'm not going to bother showing that to you. And then, yeah, I guess I'll jump right into my works in progress. So, in my Fringe Supply Company bag is the sweater I had wanted to get done for dinner with my husband for my birthday last Saturday. With that being said, and all of us being sick, we did not go to dinner last Saturday. So that was like, oh, I'll just put this aside for the time being. So it's so close to being done, and I'm hoping we're going out this Saturday. So I am hoping after I get this done, I can work some more on it and yeah, have it done maybe for, it's going by really, really quickly. So hopefully I have tonight and basically all day tomorrow. I won't block it. That's okay. But I'm babbling on enough. Can you tell I'm tired? Anyways, this is the Turtle Dove sweater by Espace Chico. And I have gotten the front ribbing done. I am working on the back ribbing. And I kind of got tired of the twisted rib, so I am doing one of the sleeves, and I've gotten to the point where these needles need to come off. Lego, what do you need? You want to come up? Come on, you want to come up? Again, if he does not have my full attention, he'll just sit there and make noises. Alright, anyways, I'm at the point where I'm gonna start the ribbing on this sleeve. So then I have my second sleeve to do in about 3 inches of the ribbing on the bottom back. So, but I am loving the way this is coming out, and it is being knit out of, this is Katia, I think is how you say it, but it's the Concept Cotton Merino yarn, and I think I honestly will have enough, I don't even know what ball's what, but I think I'll have a ball left over. I think I have enough to finish the sweater with just this. So I am going to work on this tonight. And I do love, it is really soft. It is nice and soft yarn, and I love the way it's coming out. Like I said, I had really wanted the Woolfolk yarn. Unfortunately, I just could not find the color, the sweater quantity in the color I wanted. But this is very close, and I love the way this is looking. So maybe eventually I'll end up getting the Woolfolk, but I'm very happy with the way this is coming out and looking, and I have a feeling it's going to be nice and comfy and cozy. So then my second work in progress, look at, this is how bad, I don't know where the pattern for this is. So I knit the sleeve an extra inch than what the pattern calls for, so I wrote it on a post-it note at work because I was knitting, I was writing my show notes all at the same time at lunch, and I just decided to grab a post-it note and write down that I did 7 inches of stockinette instead of the 6 on the sleeve. Therefore, I need to make sure I do 7 on the second sleeve. And this is just really organized. I'm trying to be better this year, but I guess organization is not my thing. I started watching, speaking of organization, the Marie Kondo series on Netflix, and those of you who don't know her, she's the author of The Art of Tidying Up. So I have read her book. It's a lot to take in, but I started watching her show when I was homesick, and I was talking to a friend last Saturday. She was seeing how I was doing and wishing me a happy birthday. And I'm like, oh, what are you doing? She's like, I think I'm going to organize my closets today. I said, you watching Marie Kondo? And she's like, yes. Yes, I am. So, I wish I could be organized, but I am not. Anyways, long-winded now. So my second work in progress is being housed out of this cute little bag, and this is from a fairly local yarn shop by me, Craftworks in Northborough. But in here, because I didn't have, hold on, 5 socks already on the needles, I decided to cast on another pair. So I cast on, I do have a picture of what I cast on here. So these are the Waiting for Henry socks by Tabitha Gandhi of the Hey Sister Yarn Co. and Hey Sister podcast. And here is what I have so far, and I'm really enjoying the way this is coming out. I'm very happy with my tension with the Colorworks, and my floats look pretty good, if I do say so myself. So I am knitting this out of a Homespun House, and I don't have the tag. I thought I did. So this is a Homespun House, and this is her BFL nylon base in the colorway Collins. Do I not have it in here? Nope, I don't have it in here. And, oh look, I don't even have the brown that I'm using as well. But the yellow is a yarn I had dyed myself, and this is just on Knit Picks Felici base, and it's gold with blue and red speckles. And then the brown I am using is a Plymouth yarn in their Plymouth Yarn Company in their Saki sock yarn, which is a nylon mohair merino blend, and I had used this in my, I'm gonna think now, Exploration Station shawl. So this is just left over from that. So I do love the way this is coming out, and I need to get back to working on it because I put that aside to cast on another project, which doesn't even have a bag. It's sitting on my dining room table, and I think my husband's ready to kill me. So I need to find a bag to put it in, to get it off the tables and put it in my work in progress baskets. Unfortunately, lately, the things that go into my works in progress baskets that I have on my fireplace hearth never seem to come out of those baskets, and I need to really, I am hosting a knit along, which is to finish your works in progress, and I'm not even doing a good job of participating. Anyways, now that I'm off tangent again, I really do apologize. I am all over the place today. I'm sorry. Anyways, for my birthday, I decided I wanted to cast on the What the Fade shawl, and this is by Andrea Mowry, and everyone knows it because everybody but me has knit it, but I love the tassels, and it's brioche, and I love brioche, and the increasing is so simple on the brioche. And when it comes, I love working brioche, but when it comes to brioche, I'm always petrified of increases and decreases and messing them up. But it's so easy. I don't know why I get so nervous about it, but I haven't gotten very far because, again, I cast it on and then I'm sick and then I don't knit anything. So here is what I have so far, and I'm only working on the first 2 colors, so let me go through the colors I have. So the colors that are here, so this color right here is the Speckled Finch Studios yarn in her, whatever her Selena base is, and this is the If I Want Exposure, I'll Get My Boobs Out part of that collection, and this is the In Shake Things Up was her version. So this is the first color, and then the color here on the back is Fabu Knits on her 75-25 base in the Pheasant colorway. Then the other yarns that are just randomly sitting here because they're not in a bag. So this one is Woolen Vine on her Blitz base, and this is her Edinburgh colorway. Then I've got Woolen Vine on her Volca base in the Paisley colorway. This one is Herbstblatt Regina, I think is how you say it, and this is her, it's not merino, it's just 75% wool, 25% nylon on her Boys Will Be Boys colorway. And last but not least is another Woolen Vine, and this is her Dirty on Purpose. I love Woolen Vine's yarn, and you know what, I've been hoarding yarn and hoarding yarn and hoarding yarn, and I'm not using it, and I need to use it and make things that I want to make. So I am loving it so far. I love the way it looks in this. Look at this little progress keeper. This is Rainbow Bright, and this is by my beloved Adora, and I'll put a link to her shop below. She makes the cutest progress keepers. I have Mulan, I have Luna, Rainbow Bright. I just purchased another one and I'm blanking on the other one that I have. But anyways, I love her progress keepers. And I was a huge Rainbow Bright fan in the 80s and early 90s. So I saw this and had to pick it up. So that is, for 2 weeks, unfortunately, all the knitting that I have, which is not a whole lot for me to have completed. Like I said, I did make a little bit of a dent, but not a huge amount. So 2 weekends ago, when everybody was healthy, we went to the Wayland's Farmers Market, their Fiber Day, which was on a Sunday, and I did a little bit of shopping, and it looks worse than it really is, but I purchased yarn for 3 projects, so I thought I would share them, and then I ended up getting this bag from 100 Ravens. And where do I want to start? Alright, I will start in this bag, and I'm sorry for the crinkling. Anyways, the first booth I went to was Campfire Knits, and I'm going to show you her card, and Cara is her name, and I picked up, so she, unfortunately, she's got gorgeous yarn, but she's doing a new DK base, so she's getting rid of, this is 100% superwash merino, her timber base, which she is discontinuing. But I picked up these two, and they are Timber DK, and this is Grunge Garden, and this is Spruce. And to be honest with you, I was looking for enough of this color to do a sweater out of, and unfortunately I think she only had 3 skeins of this left, so unfortunately, if she had 4, might have been able to squeeze out a 3/4 length sweater, maybe. But anyway, so I picked up these 2 colors because she designed this Arboretum cowl, I think is how you say it. I just dropped one on the ground. And she had the sample there, and it was beautiful. I dropped it, and there it is. Have I mentioned I'm a mess, and I'm tired today, and I'm really, really, really sorry with how screwy this episode is. I am hoping when I watch this back to edit it that it is not as bad as I think it is. I'm sorry. So anyways, I figured these would make a beautiful cowl. So I picked these 2 up, so that was my first stop. So I just recorded the second half of my video. So my camera, for whatever reason, it shuts off after 20 minutes. So I kind of set a timer for around 18-19 minutes and then stop the recording and re-record so that it doesn't cut me off. So I did that. I just sat down, recorded a whole bunch of stuff, and lo and behold, my battery died. So I've got the new battery in, fully charged, so hopefully I can finish this up. Have I mentioned it was just a long 2 weeks? And I think what didn't help was that there was one night where my oldest son got sick all over his bedroom, and I won't go into details, but like mattress into the runners of the bed. So that particular night, my husband and I spent more of my husband than me, because my stomach, when it comes to those things, I don't do very well. And you would think kids and infants, I'd be used to it. Nope. Nope, don't do it very well. But anyways, we got no sleep. That was this Tuesday. Then the Thursday before, defiled my living room. It was 3 degrees on that Thursday, and I'm cleaning it up, and I literally opened up my living room windows to get air into the room because it was so bad. Anyways, not that you guys needed nor wanted to know that, but there I am sharing too much information. So what I was saying last time I was recording, I've already gone over, see, and this is tough because now I think I've already gone over the campfire knit stuff. So the second booth I went to was a Fox Hill Farms, and I had gone to her booth at the New England Fiber Festival, and I loved her yarn. I wanted a sweaters quantity, but it just wasn't in the budget. It was November, Christmas was coming up, and with kids, even without kids, you all know Christmas is coming up, expenses. I didn't have the extra money, so I had picked up, and this was left over from a ball of her yarn that I had knit a hat in, and I loved it, and it is Cormo. So she was there, so I got to pick up a sweaters quantity of her DK Cormo. There's 4. I picked up 4 of them. So here they are, and they're quite generous. They're 308 yards, and here is her label, if you can see that. So I am going to knit a sweater out of, this is just, oh my god, it's so soft and cuddly. Anyways, this is going to be a teddy by, I believe it's Jennifer Wood, who a very, very sweet friend gifted me for my birthday, the pattern. So this is going to eventually become that after I get my Sunset Highway, my Turtle Dove, and my Larch sweater. Once those are off the needles, it's getting cast on, so I really need to focus, finish those works in progress. So that was my second purchase, and then my final one was a 100 Ravens yarn, and they gave me this bag, which was a very sweet of them, seeing I think she saw I was struggling with what I had in this. I had a bag this small with all of those other skeins in it, so she gave me this bag. So, but I picked up 2 of, I can never pronounce the base, but this is the base, and it is 100% merino, and this is the Swinger of Birches color. There were only 2 left. If there was a third, I would have picked it up. I don't know if this is going to be a 2-color shawl. My original thought was a boho blush until I looked at the pattern and realized it took 3 skeins of yarn. So I'm not too sure if it's going to be a shawl or a t-shirt. I might go on to her website and see if I can get a 3rd skein of it. We'll see, but I love this color. Beautiful, a mauve-y, taupey color, and I just, yeah. So anyways, those were my purchases, and not too bad. So that was it, and I did also quickly want to share a book that I'm reading because with being sick the last 2 weeks, I think I went to Barnes & Noble at the beginning of this week just because I was not doing well. You know you're really sick when you can't pick up knitting needles and knit. Anyways, so I decided to pick up a book to read, but someone was talking about this book, Girl, Wash Your Face by Rachel Hollis, and I am loving this book. It's really, really eye-opening and inspirational is a good word, and it's really kind of, there are things I want to do. I want to design a pair of socks, and I kind of write it down, write things down, write a list of what you need to do to accomplish your goals. These are things I don't do, and I just say, oh, I want to do this, and then it gets put on the back shelf because I'm so busy doing things for other people. And don't get me wrong, I love my family, and my family comes first. If my boys need something, I'm there for them. But I think in one of these chapters too, she kind of talks about how you're always breaking promises to yourself. Why is that okay? Why is it that the promises that I make to my boys and my husband, I would never break a promise to them? So why is it okay to break a promise to myself? So it's really got me thinking, and I actually have a design in mind for socks, for colorwork socks, and I know the pattern of the colorwork I've already picked that out, but now I need to figure out how to convert that onto graph paper and to do a chart. So I am working on that, but since starting to read this book, so much further along than I was with thinking, oh, I want to design a pair of socks and then not do anything. And I don't know if I'll actually put a pattern out there, but I want to design a pair of socks so that when I wear them, I can say, yeah, these are my design. So anyways, I highly, highly recommend this book. I also have I pre-ordered her new book that's coming out in March, and then I've been listening to her podcast, which is a great podcast. So I haven't done a lot of audio podcasts at all, but I just started this week. So this podcast, and then I've My Favorite Murder, which I've heard a ton about. I honestly, to be honest, have stopped kind of watching those murder mysteries like Criminal Minds and CSI. They freak me out. When I had my younger son, I'd be up at 2 o'clock in the morning feeding him, watching Criminal Minds, and then I'd be so freaked out because we didn't have any curtains over our sliding glass window, and it's like, is somebody there? And so I didn't ever think I would enjoy My Favorite Murder, but I am loving it. Those girls are hilarious, and I'm loving her podcast. And she had interviewed on one of her podcasts John Maxwell, and they talked about a growth plan, and that you should have a growth plan not just for your career, but you should have a personal growth plan. Where do I want to be? What do I want to do? And write it down. So I'm doing that. I'm going to give it a try. So I picked up one of John Maxwell's books, The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth, I believe is the name of it. I'll have it linked below. I haven't started reading it, so I can't recommend it, but Rachel did, and I'm loving her book and her thoughts and her ideas, so I picked it up figuring I could at least take away some good things from that as well. So when I do read it, if you're interested, I'll let you know how I'm enjoying it. But I do love this book, so check it out. And I think that is it. So we are going to a dinner tomorrow night, my husband and I, because we were supposed to go last Saturday for my birthday and never made it. And Yeah, and I think that this weekend that is it. I know Boston is having their Fiber Festival downtown at the Boston Market. Unfortunately, I'm just not going to be able to make it with the boys and doing things. And come over here. Do you want to stop making faces at me and say hi?
Hello, people on the internet.
He's standing behind my camera making faces at me. Are you hungry and ready for dinner? Is that why you're harassing me?
No, I'm trying to get you to smile because you don't smile enough in your podcast.
Okay. Anyways, on that note, I think I am going to let you guys go. And I will see you next week. That is my goal, as long as we all remain healthy. I will see you all next week. Have a great week. Bye.